Hi, welcome to your channel Generous, Gracious and Gallant. I am your host Dr. Moharam Ghosh, and as promised, I am sharing another video today on the brave queens of India. Today, the inspirational story I am sharing with you is about Rani Chennamma or Kittur Chennamma as she was popularly known as. She was born on 23rd October 1778 in Karnataka in India. From a very young age, she was trained in sword fighting, horse riding, archery, and other martial arts. She was from the Lingayat community. From a very young age, her valor and bravery was noticed by the folks of her community. This brought her to the notice of the ruler Mallarudra sarja, who married her when she was 14, and she became the Queen of Kittur in modern Karnataka. In 1816, her husband died, and since she had a son, she made him the king and supported him as the regent of Kittur. However, in 1824, her son too died, and the British imposed the doctrine of Lapse on Kittur Kingdom, and Rani Chennamma was notified of the same by the British authorities. The doctrine of Lapse stated that if the king or queen of a particular kingdom did not have a natural child, then the kingdom will go automatically to the British after the death of the king. Rani Chennamma, when she was notified of the application of the doctrine of Lapse, she appealed to the British. Kittur used to come under the collectorate of Dharwad, where the collector and political agent was Mr. John Thackeray and Mr. Chaplin was the commissioner. Now, when she appealed to them, they both turned down her application and said the doctrine of Lapse will apply and she has to surrender her kingdom. As Kittur was a very rich kingdom with over 1.5 million rupees, and this we are talking about in the days of 1824. Rani Chennamma did not agree to this and wrote a letter to the presidency, the Bombay presidency. There too, her request was turned down, and the British attacked her with a full force of 20,000 men and 400 guns. This was the third troop of the Madras Native Horse Regiment. Rani Chennamma gave a befitting reply to the British, and the political agent, Mr. John Thackeray, was killed in this battle. Also, she captured two British officers, army officers. On being requested by the commissioner of Dharwad Commissionerate, Mr. Chaplin, she released the two British officers on the understanding that the war will come to an end. However, Mr. Chaplin and the British army did not keep their word, and they attacked Kittur and Rani Chennamma again. Rani Chennamma was betrayed by a few of her own people, and she was captured by the British and imprisoned in a fort far away from Kittur. She spent her last few days praying, and she died in 1829 on 21st February. I repeat, she died on 21st February 1829. Her adopted son, Shivalingappa, who she wanted placed as the king of Kittur after her natural son died, was supported by various other vassals who tried to reinstate him to the throne of Kittur, but they lost, and the adopted son also was imprisoned by the British. In memory of Kittur Chennamma or Rani Chennamma, in memory of her valor, a 3-day fest is held in Kittur every day, consisting of cultural items, sports events, lectures, and this is held between October 22nd to 24th on every year. In 2007, the Government of India, also recognizing the valor of Rani Chennamma, unveiled a statue of Rani Chennamma in the Parliament House. This unveiling of this statue was done by the President of India, Mrs. Pratibha Patel. We have to realize that Rani Chennamma and her other women warriors like Velu Nachiyar, another warrior queen whose story I've already shared with you earlier on a video on your channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant, were small kingdoms, nothing compared to the might and power of the British East India Company and its armies. However, despite knowing that they will lose and there is no other option, these warrior queens like Rani Chennamma, Velu Nachiyar fought back and gave a befitting reply to the British East India Army. We have to admire their courage, their determination, and their guts. Friends, if you liked my inspirational story of Rani Chennamma, please do subscribe to this channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant. And for those of you who are already my subscribers, thank you for subscribing to my channel and keeping me motivated. I will see you again soon with another inspiring story on your channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant. Till then, good luck.